watching News 24 Live. Welcome to our Monday morning sports wrap. I've got the guys from Sport 24 alongside me, Garen Lamley, the editor, and chief writer Rob Howing. Gents, good morning.
Morning, Nick.
Hello, Nick.
Last day of August and another eventful weekend of sport. Rob, this Bok squad, you were spot on with your predictions. What have your readers been saying? What's the reaction been like at Sport 24 with regards to the selections?
Decidedly mixed, as it always is. Look, the one thing we always have in South Africa is a lethal combination, if you like, of politics, inevitably, and provincialism. Together they provide quite a lethal cocktail of emotions, strong emotions. So, you know, you've got every Tom, Dick or Harry really sort of spouting off. I would say, look, a lot of it is pretty negative, and perhaps you could say Heineke Meyer had it coming because he has taken quite a major chance on a lot of players who still don't seem remotely ready, quite frankly, to hit the ground running at a World Cup, which you have to say is not the ideal sort of scenario. You wonder when the Springboks will actually finally, if it's not too late, have the liberty at this tournament of putting together their sort of ideal first team. When you consider the doubts around Dwayne Vermeulen, who's come back from a serious neck injury, Jean de Villiers grappling issues on two injury fronts, Fourie du Preez, the big unknown. When is he finally going to throw out a rugby ball from a line-out in green and gold? So, you know, so many sort of variables, and it really is now down to just, okay, it's too late for tears. You know, we've got 31 names, they're on paper. South Africans have just got to sort of rally behind and just hope like hell that South Africa are ready and prepped. And as I said in my sort of immediate reaction to the announcement of the squad, a lot of it's going to come down to the gees, just how hungry is this group of players, because look, potentially there are some fine names there. We've got some of the foremost players in certain positions on the planet. We mustn't forget that. But I am worried about synergies. I am worried about the fact that so many players haven't played as combinations, and that there are still so many doubts about the availability of players going into the tournament. So we're going into this tournament dangerously. There's no question about it.
Garen, what's your take? I mean, it does feel like the consensus with fans is that the Boks don't have a chance at this World Cup. Do you agree?
Yeah, look, I agree a lot with what Rob said. You know, I don't recall a previous World Cup where we've gone in so sort of unsure of who's going to start in which positions, even from the captain down. You know, John Villiers himself said, you know, he's lost 6 kilograms, he still can't chew. You know, you hope a knock to the jaw and it's not rebroken and he's out straight away. You know, and then we've got the whole Damien de Lende and Jesse Kriel. Should they be playing anyhow? Should John even be there? As Rob said, you know, Fourie du Preez, he's key to this whole situation. You know, he brings all this experience, but he hasn't played for so long. Nobody can actually remember how good or bad he was. And you know, again, Dwayne Vermeulen, Kuni Oosthuizen's also had a serious neck injury. A couple of positions that the thinking is, you know, not 100% sure what Heineke Meyer was thinking. And obviously, there's been this huge debate over players like Rudy Page. Why is he there ahead of a Kobus Reiner who sat on the bench pretty much for the entire rugby championships? Is it transformation pressure? You know, why has he even gone for him? You know, why didn't he go for the, in the same sort of scenario, go for like an Elton Jantjies as the third choice, a Fly-Off or a Scurry Ntebeni as the third choice hooker, you know, with an eye on the 2019 Rugby World Cup at least. So a lot of question marks, and it's sort of reflected on Sport 24 on our social media platforms as well. A lot of players, fans rather, want to get behind the Boks, are dead keen to do so, still think that the starting 15 are good enough to be competitive, but just, you know, feel sorry for a number of players and questioning why a number are or have been included.
Now, Rob, the sort of greater squad, obviously a lot of players are now going to be released to their respective domestic clubs and overseas clubs. So what is that sort of breakdown looking like? Who can we expect back in the Currie Cup, for example?
I think sort of a very popular presence in the Lions ranks, for instance, will be someone like Warren Whiteley, who's very much been sort of a heart and soul player, not just as player but as captain of this kind of Lions revival. And he's certainly going to be, I think, one of the main sort of men on a mission, if you like, considering that you know, he looked as though he was reasonably in favour as a Springbok number 8, as a sort of, at least as a backup to Dwayne Vermeulen. But then, as we know, Heineke Meyer decided to make use of Schalk Burger, who in fairness I thought did a pretty good job at number 8 and may continue to have to do so at the World Cup if Dwayne you know, has any ongoing sort of, you know, lingering doubts. So he's certainly the sort of guy who'll come to mind. You're going to find, I think, that a team like Western Province aren't going to benefit that much, because most of their players who were in the squad have sort of gone anyway, as befits, I suppose, the fact that the Stormers stroke Western Province, have been the best, the strongest union for the last few months, whether in Currie Cup or Super Rugby. So not too many surprises there. But as Garen mentioned, someone like Skarran Tubeni, who was many people consider unlucky to have missed the cut as that third hooker, he at least is back in the Western Province mix to sort of to tussle for a place there in what is frankly a fairly unimpressive province team at the moment. But the Currie Cup will benefit from seeing certain sort of at least biggish names coming back, because we've been shedding so many players to overseas clubs of late that any sort of decent international class players getting back into the domestic competition, especially as we get reasonably close to the halfway stage of it, is no bad development. So it should have an effect on sort of improved interest, improved gates, and something at least for domestic fans who are disappointed about their non-selection for the Springboks to look forward to.